Now, if you clicked on this video, I already know that you know how important it is to be productive and make the most of your time. But right now, you're probably feeling overwhelmed and feeling like you are juggling so many tasks and you don't feel like you're making that much progress. That's why I'm going to give you 10 of my best productivity hacks.
This is more than a game. You better get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn, your favorite business coach in these internet streets. Welcome to Soul Struck Land. This is my internet home where I help you to go from confused to the ethical, cash generating boss that we both know you are meant to be. In today's video, we are talking about productivity hacks, and I felt like it was really important for me to give you tips on how you can be more productive and make the most of your time, because whenever I'm doing coaching sessions, one question that always comes up is, how do you find time for your business? And now I am a full-time entrepreneur and I work about a 4-hour workday. And I know so many of my clients, and how I started out was working a full-time job and then working my business on this side, right? And so when I still had a full-time job, basically I would have to find the time to work on my business. And that meant me getting up earlier in the morning so that I could work on my business for an hour or two before I went to work, working on my business during my lunchtime, working on my business once I got off of work, and doing that. A lot of people call it the 5 to 9, right? Once you get off of your day job, then you can work on your business. And so I totally understand that struggle and how it can be a lot, and you can feel like you're not really making progress and moving forward because you also have other priorities that you have to manage. Maybe you have a family and you have to take your kids to their different sports activities, get them to and from school. You have to cook, right? And do all the things to make sure that your family is taken care of. I get it. Regardless of your situation, where you are in your business, these are tips that any solopreneur can use in order to be more productive. So let's jump right in with the first tip for how you can be more productive. So first things first is you want to set specific and realistic goals. All right. Now, I know people hate that R word, realistic, and especially in a society where everyone is always about manifesting everything, and people talk about how you have to have some level of delusion to manifest the things that you want. And while I do somewhat agree with that, when it comes to running your real business, you need realistic guidelines. You need realistic goals and objectives that you can actually focus on achieving day to day, month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year, okay? So you want to make sure that you set specific and realistic goals so that you kind of have a map of where it is that you want to go and how to get there in your business. Number 2 is you want to create a routine. So one thing about me right now, I'm currently working a 4-hour workday, Monday through Thursday, and then I am off on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I've kind of talked about this on my community tab. I love reading the book 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. I don't have a 4-hour work week where I just work 1 hour a day. I work 4-hour work days, and that tends to work for me in my business. I have specific days where I do specific things. I have days when I do consultations and discovery calls. I have specific days when I only take VIP clients. I have specific days where all I do is personal development, where I'm pouring into myself. I'm learning new skills so that I can grow personally and professionally. But every single day, I have a clear routine of what I need to do that day. So every single day I have a clear focus. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing day to day because I have created that routine. And if you want to be more productive in your own life, in your business, create routines that you can stick to. Maybe you have a routine where, okay, like on these days I get up early, I work on my business for 2 hours, And in this time block, maybe I'm doing website updates. During this time block, maybe I'm doing personal development. Whatever it is, you have a clear routine that you follow. When you have a clear routine, it is going to be easier for you to stay on track and for you to maximize your time day to day and on a weekly basis. Number 3 is to leverage technology. Listen, there is an app for just about everything. I have an app for everything. I probably have I don't even know if I should say this out loud, but I am pretty sure I have over about 230 different apps on my phone alone. We're not even going to get into my laptop, but I rely on different apps for different things. I have apps and tools that I use to manage all of my client bookings. So whether someone is booking a consultation with me to see how we can work together, I use Calendly for that. I also use Calendly to book some of my private coaching clients. So I have it set up to where if someone books a coaching session with me, it automatically sends them a link to my calendar so that they can book that specific coaching call, whether it's a strategy session, whether it's a course audit or whatever it is, right? I have a tool that does that for me. I also leverage a lot of automation. So when it comes to technology, there is no shortage of tools and apps out there that can help you to automate processes in your business and to help you be more efficient day to day. All right, let's get into number 4. Number 4, if you want to be more productive, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it is to take breaks, okay? This is something that I had to actually schedule into my schedule every day, is to take a 15-20 minute break just to go outside, walk around, get some fresh air. When you are a solopreneur, especially if you are working from home, you are inside all day long, you can forget to just take a moment to breathe, right? And so for me, I could literally wake up in the morning, go into my office at 8 o'clock and stay there to 8 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten dinner. I haven't eaten lunch. I haven't taken any breaks. I literally sat at the computer all day for 12 hours straight. Sometimes I'm just into doing something like I'm creating a new slide deck for a workshop that I'm working on, and I love what I'm doing, so I'm just consumed in it. And sometimes I just lose track of time. I don't even realize that it has been 12 hours and I've been in the room working on my computer all day. So I literally have reminders on my phone at specific times that say take a break, right? So that I can just get up and walk around or go outside and get fresh air for 20 minutes. I have a reminder that says eat something, right? Have you eaten, so that I can stop for lunch and actually eat something so that I'm not depleted throughout the day. And I know you may be thinking like, well, if I'm trying to be more productive, why do I want to stop, or why do I want to take a break? If you're not taking breaks, then you're probably overwhelming your brain, and you're probably not giving your body a break, a mental break that can actually help you to be more productive. So make sure you schedule in those breaks, whether it's taking, a break in the morning, a break in the afternoon, making sure you stop for lunch, stop for dinner, and that you actually eat so that you can refuel your body. You want to make sure that you're working in those breaks into your schedule. All right, number 5 is going to be keep a to-do list. This is something that I love to do. My favorite tool to do this is Trello. I have a Trello board that has daily to-do lists as well as a weekly to-do list and monthly to-dos that lets me know, okay, like these are the things that we need to get done this month. This is what we need to get done this week. And this is what you need to do today. By keeping a to-do list, it helps me to know, okay, like this is what I'm responsible for, and this is what needs to get done in this specific amount of time, so that I can plan ahead and plan accordingly to make sure that I'm taking care of all the tasks that I'm responsible for doing. And so that actually takes me into the next productivity hack for you. So that is basically taking your to-do list and breaking it down into prioritized tasks. So what I do on a weekly and daily basis is I'll look at the month and all the things that I have to do for that month, and I'll break them down into smaller tasks tasks if it's a big project, and then I'll carry them over to like the week. Okay, like I'm going to work on this week, this week, and this week. And then once I get to the week, I look at that week of everything that I need to get done, and then I drag it over to the day that I'm actually going to do it. And so one of my goals for this week is I have to finish outlining or creating a new presentation deck, a new slide deck for a webinar that I'm getting ready to do at the end of the month. So it's like I have to get that presentation done this week so that I can actually record the webinar next week, right? And so I break it down into tasks, and it's like I need to do it this week. And then when it gets to the week, this is what I'm going to do this day. And so when it comes to prioritizing tasks, one thing that I love to do is use kind of like the top 3 method, where basically I will assign the top 3 things that I need to get done that day and 3 things that I want to focus on each day. And I try not to go over 3. Sometimes I only do 1 if it's a big task, because I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I also don't want to be unmotivated. If I have a list of like 5 or 6 things, I would look at that list and be like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing any of it, right? And so because it seems so overwhelming, your girl doesn't do nothing. And I don't know why my brain is wired like that, but it just is. If I see a long list, it's just overwhelming and I'm not going to do anything. But when I break it down, it's like, okay, like these are the goals for today. This is what we want to work on. It seems a lot easier for me to accomplish. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that's just how my brain works. All right, number 7 is to minimize distractions. So one way that I love to minimize distractions is I do not use my phone throughout the day. I do not check my emails throughout the day. I already mentioned how I read Tim Ferriss' 4-Hour Work Week. And another one of the strategies that he talks about in the book that I've applied to my business is I do not check my email first thing in the morning. Email can be such a distraction, especially if you have an inbox that is full of customer inquiries and things like that. It could be very tempting to open your phone in the morning, see all those emails and say, oh, well, let me go respond to this person. And before you know it, you've spent your whole morning responding to emails and you haven't done anything else. So what I do now, which is what Tim Ferriss suggests in the book 4-Hour Work Week, is I only check my email twice a day. I check my email at noon, and then around 4 or 5 p.m. later in the evening, afternoon, I'll check it again, and then I don't check it again until noon the next day, right? And that has helped me to increase my productivity so much, just because I'm not constantly getting the notifications that I have a new email and then going into the email and then starting this dialogue and going back and forth, right? I don't even look at it until noon. So think about different distractions that you may have, especially when it comes to those social media notifications. I don't know if you guys watch Social Dilemma, where it talks about how these social media platforms and these apps are basically designed to do whatever they can to get you to come back to the app when you're not on it. So for me, I don't even have any notifications on social media. So if someone tags me or if they comment, someone mentions me in a post, I do not know it until I physically go and open that app and then see the notification bell in the actual app. I don't get pop-ups on my phone to say this person commented, this person tagged you, because it is a constant distraction for me. All right, so those are just some things that you can think about when it comes to minimizing your distractions. All right, productivity hack number 8. If you want to be more productive, definitely leverage delegating tasks. And I just did an entire video on how you can delegate and outsource tasks in your videos. So I will make sure that I pin that up here somewhere for you, so that you can check out that video of how to delegate successfully and effectively in your business. But essentially, if you find yourself not having a lot of time in your business and your personal life and you want to free up more of your time, a great way to do that is to leverage freelancers, hiring help and support in your business, so that maybe some of those low-level tasks, the administrative tasks, the repetitious tasks in your business that someone else can do, you can offload those to someone else so that you can focus on the more important tasks and activities in your business. Let's move on to productivity hack number 9, and this is going to be to leverage some type of time blocking method. So for me, I like to work in 1 or 2 hour time blocks so that I can be head down and focus on one thing for a large block of time. And that's because most of the things I do in my business do require a lot of work. So it's easier for me to work in 2 hour spurts and 2 hour sessions than shorter sessions. But for some of you, you may feel like a 2 hour time block is too long and you would rather work in like 20-30 minute spurts, and that is more productive and effective for you. Whatever works for you, hey, do what works for you, okay? I don't think one way is better or worse than the other. It's just about what works best for you, your personality, and how you work. I know some people who working for 2 hours is like torture to them, and so they prefer to work in smaller, 20, 30, 40 minute spurts, and then they'll work on one thing for 30 minutes and then they'll take a break and then work on something different for 30 minutes. For me, I cannot constantly switch tasks all day. That would drive me crazy. So that is why I prefer working in 2 hour blocks. But you want to set up some type of time blocking system so that you can say, okay, I'm going to work in short spurts or I'm going to work in these long time blocks so that you can be more productive throughout the day. And even if you're working in short spurts or if you're working in larger time blocks, don't just say, oh, I'm going to work for 2 hours. Say exactly what you're going to do for those 2 hours, okay? Last but not least, number 10, productivity hacks so that you can maximize your time in your business. The hashtag rise and grind, hashtag hustle 24/7, team no sleep, no days off are going to hate this, but it is to get sleep, child. Listen, I don't know how everybody else's life is set up, but it seems like when it comes to entrepreneurship, everybody is hashtag team no sleep, and they feel like you should be hustling and grinding and working hard all the time. And that just ain't how my life is set up. The way my life is set up, your girl needs sleep. I told y'all I am trying to be a lady of leisure. I do not want to spend all my time hustling and grinding in my business. I value sleep. And when you get a good night's sleep, it is going to help your brain to get the recharge that it needs so that you can be more alert, more focused, and prepared for your next day. So get some rest. Make sure you are getting enough sleep so that your body can function the way that it needs to. So sleep is essential to your productivity. If you are not getting enough sleep, you are going to find yourself probably unfocused and tired throughout the day, and that's going to impact the amount of work that you can get done and you being able to maximize your time. All right, so those are the productivity tips that I have for you. Let me know down in the comments below this video which tip is your favorite. Have you tried any of these before? Are you incorporating them into your workday? Do you have any productivity hacks or tips that you want to share that I didn't mention already? You know my motto, sharing is caring, so drop it down in the comments below this video. As always, thanks so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you will be the first one to get notified anytime I upload a brand new video just like this. Bye, y'all.